When we had this place called the Pantry in Oceanside, she was always scooping up the cakes. She was real artistic. The kind of customers we got didn't appreciate. I've got half an ocean sometimes to take up where my parents left off. And Daddy's brakes gave out on the ridge route. There's a 4-car collision written up in the paper. Wonder why I don't remember the funeral. I do remember I wrote a poem about it, but it wasn't any good. Put too many horses in it. Riderless stallions searching the lonely, trackless night. Kick me. Mr. Kotcher? Mr. Kotcher, he kicked me. He just kicked me.
Well, what do you know?
It was a big Buick, I think. Daddy did a lot of work on it himself.
Our 29 Packard, that was a beauty. Two-tone brown. Came with silk window shades, standard equipment. Vera always used to sit in the back and pull them all down tight whenever she changed Gerald. Never could see what difference that made.
Couldn't see what harm it would do anybody to get a look at his pink little Packard, 25 miles an hour.
But she pulled them all down anyway. Vera wanted a girl to go with Gerald. She said they were easier to raise than boys, more tractable. I was traveling with Munger's Hardware and Metals out of Omaha at the time. Well, I guess we just put it off too long. Pow.
What's the date?
The 4th. Stuffy in here. Fire uses up the oxygen. Don't hear the word consumption much anymore, do you? Gone out of fashion, I suppose. Hello? How about barbecued lamb chops for supper? Herzenstiel, Mrs. Erica Herzenstiel.
Well, but if I don't have a card filled out on her, she hasn't been admitted.
That doesn't necessarily follow, young lady. My daughter-in-law, Wilma, was taken directly to surgery for a cesarean section. It was an emergency. Her husband, Gerald, was in no condition to fill anything out. I did that myself later on.
This way, please.
Having a baby should be one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. And Desert Valley does everything possible to make it so for you. There are certain necessary rules, however, regarding visiting hours and so on. May I call your attention in addition to the fact that children under 17 are not permitted in the maternity wing. Now, Nurse Behrens will narrate our film.
With the next contraction, the actual delivery begins. The doctor first assists the top of the baby's head under the pubic bone. Then he helps the face gently over the perineum. Now, rotating the head a full half circle so that the higher shoulder can be eased to the arch, the other shoulder and arm follow. When the chest is delivered, the baby takes its first independent breath and so commences to cry while the delivery continues with great care, slowly, steadily. At this point, the doctor takes the baby's feet in his hand, elevates them to complete the necessary drainage of amniotic fluid. The baby's lusty response is, of course, an automatic, beneficial response. He is placed on the mother's abdomen. The cord is clamped thus. She feels not the slightest pain when the cord is cut in this manner. The baby is now on his own. A new life has begun.
I am curious about the frequent use here of the word womb, which is fundamentally a poetic expression, as in fruit of the womb, meaning children, of course, and the womb of time, whatever that means, and so on. I find it interesting that doctors prefer this term to the more precise scientific designation, uterus.
I might as well tell you now, Mr. Kotch, and thanks for putting up that fence for a playpen. But I've got everything worked out through Dr. Cadillo, and these people he's known for a real long time. They've been waiting ages on all kinds of lists and things. So they're going to take the baby right away so I won't get used to it or anything. They're older people, but they're perfectly lovely, Dr. Cadillo says, and pretty well fixed. Taking me to the racket club on Tuesday, so they must be. Bother to hang around here, Mr. Kotcher.
Oh, no bother.
I didn't want to make a production out of it, Mr. Kotcher. I told Mrs. Ballinger I had to be in Palm Springs shopping anyway, and I was meeting a girlfriend later. Thanks for bringing me. You do whatever you want to do, and I'll take a taxi back.
Very difficult at times living with a pregnant woman. You never know. My granddaughter now, she suddenly decided that she wants to have the baby adopted. She's gone off tonight to talk to some people about it. She'll never do it, never in a million years. Just a mood, that's the way they are. Oh, my name is Kotcher. I live in Cathedral City. Wouldn't care to join me for a beer, would you? I know of a fine little inexpensive place just around the corner.